A skid steer loader is a machine that is commonly used across the construction industry because of its versatile capabilities. Most of its primary uses include hauling, digging, and grading earth materials. Operating a skid steer can be very dangerous if not properly trained. OSHA requires all employers to train their operators so that they can recognize and avoid unsafe conditions. If planning to excavate earth material, it's important to make sure you call 811 before you dig. Contacting a buried utility line can cause injury, death, property damage, and service outages. Utility lines can be buried at a shallow depth, sometimes just a few inches deep. So even while just grading soil, you can very likely hit a utility line. Rollovers can occur on uneven terrain or if the vehicle is overloaded. Struck-by hazards can occur if operators are not aware of their surroundings or when other workers get too close to the loader's blind spots. Finally, while performing self-maintenance, it's important to use the proper safety procedures and lockout device so you don't get struck by or crushed by the machine. Anyone operating a skid steer loader must be trained by someone who is competent and knowledgeable on how to operate the machine. A pre-inspection must be completed and an inspection report kept in the operator's presence. Inspections shall be completed daily, and reports should be stored away in a safe location. While performing the inspection, it's important to make sure all safety systems are functioning properly. These systems typically include the seat belt, safety bar, rollover protective structure, falling object protective structure, and side screens. After the inspection is complete, make sure to assess the work area and check if the conditions are safe. Sometimes excess mud, water, or snow can create a significant hazard for the operator. When entering the machine, it's important to maintain 3 points of contact until you're in the driver's seat. Make sure you fasten your seatbelt and lower the safety bar. Turn on the machine. Press the override button. This is a safety mechanism that locks the gears in place. Once you're at this stage, you are now ready to operate. Operating a skid steer loader can take some practice if you're inexperienced. Here's some safety tips to keep in mind while operating the machine. Always lower the bucket or attachment while traveling so the operator's view is unobstructed. Make sure the travel path is clear of pedestrians. Load, unload, and turn on level ground when possible. Use the backup camera to ensure path is clear of pedestrians. Check the manufacturer's rated operating capacity before lifting and transporting material. Never allow additional passengers or riders on the outside or inside of the cab. Do not travel across slopes. Travel straight up or down with the heavy end of the machine pointed uphill. The end pointed uphill may be the front end or the back end, depending on which is heavier. Shut the engine off every time before exiting the cab and never attempt to activate any of the controls while outside of the cab. Maintaining a skid steer's parts and components is crucial for ensuring it is safe to operate. Self-maintenance should only be performed for daily routine items, such as fluid levels for oil, fuel, and hydraulic fluid, cleaning the air filters, and checking tire pressure. Monthly maintenance items may require a qualified technician. Monthly inspections typically are required at every 250, 500, or 1,000 hours, depending on the manufacturer. Be sure to check the machine's maintenance guide. Never modify any safety features that are already built into the machine. If the machine seems to have been modified from its original function, then you must notify the manufacturer and have it repaired before allowing anyone to operate the machine. Skid steer loaders may appear to be compact and easy to operate, but improper use can result in serious injuries or fatalities. It's essential to consistently utilize and maintain the machine as it was provided by the manufacturers. Adhere to safety operating procedures and ensure that operators are trained to follow the manufacturer's guidelines for operating and servicing these machines.